This is the Blooming Psyche Podcast. Grab a seat and join us as we navigate life our own way.
Now let's begin blooming our psyche.
Conversation based on just random stuff, and he tells me the story of when he first got together with his current fiance. They did a tarot card reading, a 5-draw tarot card reading at the first time they got together.
Yes.
And I just got a deck, so I was like, all right, let's replay this event.
So this was 4 years ago, around that time. And yeah, we decided to do a tarot card reading. And from what I could remember, these were the cards that I pulled. They don't look the exact same, but that's okay. They have the same meanings. So, I pulled.
Here, let's describe the spread first.
Yeah.
So it's a 5-card spread. The first card being the present. So in that moment, it was the present. The second card being the past. The third card being the future. The fourth card being the reasons and causes. And the fifth card being the potential. So we'll describe kind of the story, how it weaves in through those means as we go through the cards.
Totally. Okay, so for card number 1, the present, which was 4 years ago, I pulled the Fool, which links to folly, mania, extravagance, intoxication, delirium, frenzy, and agreement. I don't know the exact ruling behind like the reversed meanings and when you're supposed to use that, but the reversed is negligence, absence, disruption, carelessness, apathy, nullity, and vanity.
I think it's more just like an extreme version. I don't know if yours were reversed or not, but
I don't know.
you probably remember.
I don't know how to find, like, how do you even...
You'd probably remember. But if you don't, you probably didn't. You probably didn't lay them out in a way that they could be reversed. Like upside down and scramble, like when you scramble the deck.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah,
So the first card being the Fool. So the Fool being, like, at that point of time, you were probably in such a disarray or mismatch, or you weren't in really a place where in your own life you're probably in order. Right? You're just fumbling through things.
Yeah. Things were coming and going in stride.
Which is normal. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, how old were you at that point 4 years ago?
22.
Yeah, so that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. 4 years ago.
There's lots of
kind of going through it. Yeah.
And then the second card being the past. And the past,
The
the card that was drawn was death.
It was death.
So in that
13.
in that way, it's like thinking, before that point in time, it was some kind of like let's say life that you stopped living, right? Like you stopped being whatever it is, and you this part of yourself died.
Yeah, and
that's the way that I see it.
That makes sense, right? Because in death, it stands for end, morality, destruction, corruption. And then the reverse is inertia, sleep, lethargy, petrification, and somnambulism. Somnambulism. Yeah, interesting. But yes, it makes complete sense. The end of a way of life is how that would have been taken.
Very symbolic.
The past was lived through essentially doing anything I wanted, whenever I wanted. There was no discipline. It was all hang out with friends, eat shitty food, get stoned, all that, right?
Yeah.
And when I met Vale, there was a change, right? The death of that old version of myself arose, and now something new has blossomed through that.
Yeah, which is nice. And then the third card representing the future.
The future.
And then you drew Temperance.
Yes. So Temperance, standing for economy, moderation, frugality, management, and accommodation. So through the years following the past here, in the last 4 years of time since this, I have had spats of saving lots of money and changing my ways and doing some things. So you can actually kind of see these things come to fruition as your life goes on if you remember them, right? It's very interesting for sure, and I'd like to do another reading at some point for myself to see the differences.
Yeah, we can do it right after mine.
Totally. For sure. But yes, temperance was meant to be the future, or was the card that I pulled that represented the future. Card 4, reasons and causes.
Yeah, so reasons and causes being basically reveal obstacles that were standing in your way when you're dealing with the past, right? And then how that works together to show the last card, which is your potential. So the reasons and causes being judgment.
The last judgment. Yes. Change of position, renewal, outcome.
Yeah, and then I kind of made a symbolism or like kind of analogy where like the reasons and causes was, let's say at the beginning you were the fool, right? In that period of time you were the fool, so you were just walking through and fumbling and doing whatever it was that you kind of wanted, and then you saw your past, or rather the past became some kind of end with that thing, and you kind of 2 became 3, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
And the judgment is, if I were to potentially end this thing, well, it's some kind of judgment that you're making in that moment to outline if you were going to stay here or go there, right? And that would lead to the future,
right?
Which would then be temperance.
Yes.
And then that would ultimately have the potential of leading to the 5th card, which you drew as being the Emperor.
The Emperor, the potential of the Emperor. So let's find the description of the Emperor here. The Emperor. Stability, power, aid, protection, great person, conviction, reason. Definitely not reversed. But yes, stability, power, aid, protection, a great person, conviction, and reason is the potential.
I mean, that's ideal. I mean, that
Yeah.
shows
That is ideal. For
some
sure.
some potential good things in the future,
Mm-hmm.
which is good to know. Because if that one was death, that would be unfortunate.
Yes, it would be, but it also wouldn't be, because death does not mean death.
No, it could be an end of something.
Yeah.
Because likely the relationship.
Because usually what you're looking for in those future cards or potential cards, if you want to grow, if you want to change yourself, is death. You need to understand that. Let's just say that temperance was my past and death was my future, right? Say we had a little flip there. That would effectively be saying that you were the fool. Your past, you practiced these things, but now you've lost your way. You are the fool.
Yeah,
your
you
future, you must
fool.
kill the fool to go through the reins of judgment and become the emperor that you can become. Right? You must kill the way that you are. Is essentially in your future. You have to find in yourself to remove the present self to become that potential of the best person you can become effectively. Right?
Yeah. So now that we've kind of done basically an example and kind of like a recalling, let's do one for me right now.
Yeah, totally. And I just want to keep in mind that this pull, there's 22 major cards, and then there's like 56 minor cards, and I pulled all major cards in this reading that I did last. So it's definitely not going to be anything close to the same. We would do the 2 readings for each other, but we're just gonna have some fun with it today.
And we'll toss these
See what
cards
we
back.
come up with here.
Do a quick shuffle. And these cards are freaking awesome looking. Super sweet.
Just do a cut.
Did you shuffle it all? Oh shit.
Just we'll just cut it. It's okay.
So then, this is more or less mixed. Do a cut. And then flip. And then place the 5 cards.
Yeah, as you're reading.
So, up or down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right. We have the reading. We have our cards selected for Aries here.
Oh shit! I didn't ask the question in my head when I was doing it.
We do not have a reading.
Let's
We
do
not
that
have
again.
anything. Let's do it again. Cutting.
And then the question I'm going to be asking in my head right now is going to be, what is my future going to look like? So do a cut.
Okay.
One, two.
What is the future going to look like
Okay.
for Aries?
So we're starting with the present. What's the present?
What is the present?
Last table does not help with the things cards. Present is the Fool.
The Fool! Oh shit!
God damn it!
All right, you are still
guess-
acting the fool.
I mean, that's a good thing.
Yes, I think
I'm
everybody.
still the child's mind.
Folly, mania, extravagance, intoxication, delirium, frenzy, derailment.
Interesting. Okay.
So
I
not
mean,
perfect.
Definitely not perfect.
No.
No one's perfect, and that just shows that there's a lot of growth to be had,
Absolutely.
right?
Now, why do we think that you could have pulled the fool? You've been pretty diligent. You've been on your path, and you've been doing your best. But is it possible that you have become intoxicated by it? That you have become too infatuated with this, and you've maybe started missing something?
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty. I'm sure there's plenty. And then the past. What is card 2? Swords. King Swords.
King Swords. All right.
Pretty fucking cool picture.
King of Swords. He sits in judgment, holding unsheathed. He sits in judgment, holding the unsheathed sign of his suit. Divinatory meanings. Oh, okay. Well, restarting, cutting. Go. Whatsoever arises out of the idea of judgment and all its connections: power, command, authority, militant intelligence, law, offices of the crown, and so forth.
That's so fucking accurate.
Was it reversed?
No.
No. Okay.
No, but that makes so much sense because my past has literally been me on a journey starting from, I don't know, I guess like a kid that's a kid, turning into a kid that needs or has some kind of severance to the like emotional part of my mind and social connection to empathy to people in that manner for the feeling part.
Right.
And then that being a journey for 11 years of me trying to generate a law in my mind to make reality make sense, so I can function. And then after, then regaining self.
Right. Okay.
Right? So that makes plenty of sense.
Okay. Let's see your future.
That's 3. Future is 9 of Pentacles. Pentacles, yeah. Fuck that is.
A woman with a bird upon her wrist stands amidst the great abundance of grapevines in the garden of a great house. Divinatory meanings: prudence, safety, success, accomplishment, certitude, discernment.
Dang, dude. I like that.
Yeah. That sounds good.
I like that.
That
Okay.
sounds great.
Well, shit. I guess that's a decent future.
That's a decent future. Let's go for number 4. Let's see what the reason and causes are.
8 of Pentacles.
8 of Pentacles. Let's move back one here. The artist in stone at work. Divinatory meanings: work, employment, commission, craftsmanship, skill in craft and business.
This is seeming pretty fucking accurate.
To what you're wanting, yeah.
Well, I mean, reasons and causes.
Yeah, totally.
Right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Absolutely.
Just fucking craftsman of myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then how that is reflected in my action.
Yeah, absolutely.
Interesting. Okay. So let's go number 5, potential.
What is the potential?
Let's see what this one is.
Temperance.
Temperance.
Ooh. That's not a bad one to have.
That's not a bad one to have either.
Economy, moderation, frugality, management, accommodation. That was reversed.
Oh shit, it was.
Oh shit, it was.
Wait, was it?
It was.
Does upside down mean reverse?
Upside down, I think, means reversed.
Could have been how I flipped it. I honestly didn't pay attention to that.
Well, okay. This is interesting. So reversed, things connected with churches, religions, sects, priesthood, also unfortunate combinations, disunion, competing interests. So,
Oh, that makes sense too.
to a degree, yeah. I wouldn't say churches, priesthood,
No. Sorry, but
those things aren't.
go to here. Read that one more time.
Yeah, so the reversed meaning is things connected with churches, religions, sects, the priesthood, also unfortunate combinations, disunion, and competing interests.
Okay, so it's got multiple sets of reverse meaning. So it can be positive or negative. Interesting. I mean, depends what it means by those things, like church and priesthood, because it could also be spiritual in the way that that's interpreted, not in our current paradigm, or at least my understanding of it, right? Because I don't believe these things. Like, it's just foolish to me.
However, you are very much indulgent in things like the Hermetic science of transformation.
Well, it's just absorbing information.
Absolutely, but it's absorbing information, but there's also a sense of belief that has to accompany with these things that you're reading to make the meaning behind them come to light.
Yeah.
Right? Things like with the secret of the golden flower, all of that.
Experimenting with reality.
This can be more connected in the religious belief behind those things.
Yeah.
Right?
Or rather symbolizing some fruition of that wisdom. However that's portrayed.
Yeah. Totally.
Interesting.
So you have
and read. I'm trying to recall how I flipped that, because I don't know if I flipped it.
I'll read the original just in case. But economy, moderation, frugality, management, accommodation.
Because I didn't shuffle the deck funny.
Economy,
Unless that was one you
moderation.
put in. It fell?
No.
No,
it wasn't.
One. Okay, so that one's probably normal way up when it was served.
Yeah, could be. Likely. We can do that.
I mean, either way, it has an interesting connotation.
It does.
I'm curious.
You don't know.
Okay, so now it has interplay. So 5 relates to 2 and 4.
Okay.
Right? So 2 being the past, and the past in this reading being King of Swords, which was that law one.
Yep.
Right? So blah, 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 blah. Obstacles, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, past being the obstacle, potentially, and then something being led to that thing, which would have been 4, which was 8 of Pentacles.
Mm-hmm.
What was the meaning for that one again?
8 of Pentacles was the work, employment, commission, craftsmanship, skill, craft, and business.
Okay, so the first 2, so the law and whatever kind of mind part of me led me to become the craftsman and the skill and the whatever, which leads to the potential of the temperance.
Yes. Interesting.
Right? So that's kind of how that seems to be leading it to go. Okay, I mean, that's a fascinating reading.
Absolutely.
It's pretty fucking accurate, which is terrifying. But it only leads me to believe something. Anywho, let's do yours.
Sure,
This is
let's
fascinating.
do it. This is interesting for sure. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's slide these in there.
Let's see the future reading.
Yeah. Okay, so what exactly is the way that you're going to phrase your question? You're gonna do this. You're gonna do the same past reading thing or future reading.
Yeah.
Let's kind of break that up.
Yeah. What will be the guiding factors of my future?
Okay, what are the guiding factors?
Yes.
Okay, now think about that question when you're placing your cards.
Okay. This is shuffled.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What are the guiding factors of my future?
Center first. Pace swords.
Pace swords.
Page of swords.
Page of swords.
So like an apprentice or something. A fair, pleasing, somewhat effeminate page, a studious and intent aspect, contemplates a fish rising from a cup. This is the picture. To look at him. Divinatory meanings. Fair young man, one impelled to render service, with whom the querent, the person asking the question, will be connected. A studious youth, news, message, application, reflection, meditation, all these things directed to business.
That's interesting. So now that's neat because we have in the past talked. We've practiced meditation.
Yes.
We've seen things happen and change in our lives through active meditation. We've been able to. I understand that with enough meditation, the change of chemical circuitry in my mind is possible, like manual change.
Yes.
Right. So meditation being a key word in there is huge, and business being another key word. Knowing that I would love to one day run a business. I'd love to do that, right? So that lines up. But this is the present, right? This is the stuff that I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Right? So the guide that's pretty neat.
Guiding factors.
The guiding factors to the future.
Fucking accurate.
Yeah.
That's where you're at right now.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go for number 2,
which is
the past.
Ace of Cups.
Ace of Cups. Okay.
What does that mean? Pentacles. Page of Cups, 10. Ace of Cups. Okay, so the picture. The waters are beneath, upon which water lilies. The hand issues from the cloud, holding it in its palm, the cup, from which 4 streams are pouring. A dove bearing its bill, a cross-marked host. descends to the place where the wafer in the cup. The dew of the water is falling on all sides. It is an imitation of that which may lie behind the lesser arcana. Divinatory meanings. True heart, joy, content, abode, nourishment, abundance, fertility, holy table, felicity thereof.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Connecting this to the past. So yeah.
Sound like you had a cushy past.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. A lot of, especially in the last 4 years since the last thing, the last reading I've done, there has been a lot of joy and content. That has started to fade in the recent years. But that said, in the past, definitely I have seen joy and content. My heart is true to the people around me and the things that I want to do.
Mhm.
So I can see how all of this.
The joys of childhood and then having a time at which it embraces you,
Yeah.
right? And then you have that kind of like that abundance and that kind of peace.
Mm-hmm.
And
Very
let's drop the third
interesting.
one.
Sweet.
Third one being the
Check out
future. The future guiding principles.
Page of Pentacles.
Page of Pentacles. Okay, moving to the page. Swords page. The Page of Pentacles. A youthful figure looking intently at the pentacle that hovers over his raised hands. Divinatory meanings. Application. Study, scholarship. Reflection. Another reading says news, messages, and bringer hereof. And also rule, management.
Interesting.
So these are guiding principles. Or guiding factors, rather.
Interesting.
That checks out.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So that states, this here says, application. So applying myself, right? So applying myself towards the things that you want to see, of course, that would make sense. Study scholarship. So I would equate that more to studying and focusing on the things in which I want to see happen in general. The reflection on oneself. Another reading says news. I don't know.
It's just like an alternative, I guess.
Okay, yeah, cool. Okay, it's another. I see. Messages and bringer, and the bringer thereof. Also rule and management.
Yeah. So I mean, that would be like future factors that would kind of bring you to your future.
So the future looks like really putting in the work for the things that I'm gonna do, that I need to do.
Yeah, that checks out.
That makes sense. Okay, cool. Number 4, reasons and causes.
Yeah.
10 of Pentacles.
10 of Pentacles. Let's read that. 10 of Pentacles. A man and woman beneath an archway, which gives entrance to a house, a domain. Divinatory meanings. Gain riches. Riches. Family matters. Archives. Extraction. The abode of a family. Reversed. You can do that. So yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah. So causes and reasons and causes.
So gain, riches, family matters, archives, extraction, the abode of family.
I mean, those are your reasons to doing these things.
Yeah, and
Which
that makes sense.
a
A lot of fucking
sense.
sense because yes,
Because those are your goals.
Those are my goals. Yeah, getting married in eventually having a kid after that. So that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
The cause being the fact that starting a family, so I have to be able to supply for those people.
Mm-hmm.
I have to be able to take care of them. So I will gain riches.
That's fucking funny. Alright. Last one.
Last card. Let's see the potential.
10 of Swords,
10 of
bro.
Swords. Let's see.
10 of Swords. Oh, shit.
So last time I got all major arcana, and this time I got all minor arcana.
But it's still
No,
fascinating.
it is fascinating.
Alright. 10 of Swords. A prostrate figure. So the card is there's a dude dead with 10 fucking swords stabbed in him along the bottom of his ass to the top of his head.
Yeah.
Divinatory meanings. Whatsoever is intimidated or imitated by the design. Also, pain, affliction, tears, sadness, desolation.
Oh boy. God damn. Okay.
But these are not events of place. These are feelings and intents. Is the kind of distinction between major and minor, right? Major being like the thing that's happening, and minor being like the reason behind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but these are also factors towards growth.
Absolutely.
Right? So this sounds like a good thing to grow.
Oh, totally. You don't grow without pain. You don't grow without well, you could probably grow without sadness. But
I mean, but all of those things listed there make you grow. Once you get to the other side of them.
Exactly. Yeah.
That is fascinating
It
and
is.
true and real and current.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But that just goes to show that it's probably age, that's probably heartbreak, it's probably, I don't know.
You're not going to go through your, like, this could mean so much, right?
Yeah.
This could mean the loss of a family member.
Totally.
It could be anything.
Yeah.
Really, right? It could be loss of a pet. It could be, you feeling like you lost yourself and you're going through all of these things, right? You never know.
Yeah, and it fucking checks out yet again. This is pretty fucking accurate.
It's neato.
Dang, dude. All right, let's do another question. This is fun.
Okay, yeah, let's do one more each.
Yeah.
And we'll see where we get to.
Good. Quickly slide these in. Alright, split, cut, and serve. So, my question, let's go, okay, so let's evolve this question a little bit here. So let's go from, I asked, what is my future going to look like? And we played it out how it was. You asked, what is the...
Guiding factors.
Yes, what are the guiding factors of your future? So I'm going to remodel that yet again. So, in my future, what are the events that will cause my growth? What are the events that will cause my growth?
Okay.
As of now.
As of this moment.
Okay. So, these. What are the events that will cause my growth? Starting with the present. First card. The Knight of Cups.
The Knight of Cups.
Looks
Alright,
like
Knight of Cups.
Yeah. Looks like a man on a horse with chalice. You know.
There it is. Knight of Cups. Graceful, not warlike. Riding quietly, wearing a winged helmet. Referring to the higher graces of the imagination which sometimes characterize this card. divinatory meetings. Arrival, approach, sometimes that of a messenger, advances, proposition, demeanor, invitation, incitement.
Yeah. What are the events that will cause my growth as of right now? And that sounds pretty accurate.
Sounds like something that you could definitely apply.
Arrival, approach, sometimes that of a messenger, advances, proposition, demeanor, invitation, incitement. Interesting. Okay. So it's present.
Yep.
Next, present
past.
events that will cause my growth.
Past events that will cause your growth.
7 swords.
7 of swords.
Past events that caused my growth.
A man in the act of carrying away 5 swords rapidly to 2 others, of the card remaining stuck in the ground. Camp close at hand. Divinatory meanings. Design. Attempt. Wish. Hope. Confidence. Also quarreling. A plan that may fail. Annoyance.
Yeah. Fucking fumble on the road enough, you find forward.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that checks out. Okay, card number 3, the future. Future events that will cause my growth. Wheel of Fortune.
Ooh.
This is now a major arcana, so I'm moving up. That card is.
Okay. Major arcana, the Wheel of Fortune. Destiny. Fortune. Success. Luck. Felicity.
Say that again?
Destiny. Fortune. Success. Luck. Felicity.
Dang, okay. Destiny, fortune, luck, or whatever. Okay, that's
Success and felicity.
I mean, it's a good notion. I like that. That's a good future thing to have.
Absolutely.
To cause my growth.
So, with following your destiny,
Yeah, so these are events
you will
specifically.
acquire fortune, right? That will lead to your success through a little bit of luck and felicity.
A little bit goes a long way, I guess.
All
Causes, or reasons and causes, number 4. Of the events. Oh, that shit. That was
an up. Oh boy.
Was it?
Yep.
Yeah. I
That
flipped
was.
it. Okay.
That was.
So, reasons and
boy.
causes of these events that caused my growth.
Oh boy. Okay. So you pulled the Fool for your reasons and causes.
And it was flipped, so it's reversed.
Well, this isn't a bad thing, I guess. The reasons and causes was due to negligence, absence, distribution, carelessness, apathy, nullity, and vanity.
Yeah, I mean, that'll make someone do something different.
Yep. Well, and let's think about
And I
the
definitely
reasons and
feel those
causes
things.
through your past experiences.
Yeah.
There has been maybe a bit of that,
Yeah.
right? So, yeah, I can see why that might be the thing that leads you to not being that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, in terms of like events, these are all events in particular in the question. So that definitely checks out, right?
Yep.
Because likely even current, future, and past, these all have motivations.
Yeah.
Right? As to why you'd want to change something.
Yeah.
Right? And then in my own perspective and the way that I kind of hold myself is this the constant reflection of my past, not in a way that's my reminiscing, but my processing and integration, forgiveness and gratitude, love,
Yeah.
etc. Right? And you to do that on these types of events, right? That leads to that fortune potentially in the whatever. Let's see the potential, right? So let's draw the last card. 6 of Cups.
6 of Cups. 6 of Cups. Okay. We got the picture represents children in an old garden, their cups filled with flowers. Divinatory meanings. A card of memories and of the past. For example, reflecting on childhood, happiness, enjoyment, but coming rather from the past, things that have vanished. Another reading reverses this, giving new relations, new knowledge, new environment. And then the children are disporting in a newly entered precinct.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, I mean, like, reasons and causes leads you to that point of that transformation.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then
Yeah.
in relation, what was Seven of Swords again? This was the past.
Seven of Swords, the past, was design, attempt, wish, hope, confident, also quarreling, a plan that may fail, annoyance.
Yeah, so I feel like having that demeanor, but yet achieving the results of the fail and all of the other shit that comes with the reverse fool, then leads you through the fucking doors
Absolutely.
to happiness and etc.
Yeah.
Through eventual means of fortune, starting as the one who abides and goes through his things
Yeah.
and works forward.
Fantastic.
in the terms of events.
Interesting.
Fascinating.
Yes, alright. Let's do one more shuffle and then it'll be my turn.
That's not the right way up. Yeah, this is honestly totally fascinating to me. Some of these may be upside down,
They may.
but that's just how it's going to be right now.
Well, that's the magic of this. It's like, you gotta remember that these things don't necessarily only apply to you. These apply to more than just you. This applies to your surroundings, especially in like the past and the reasons and causes and those things. You know, it's not just you. It's things that have happened to you. It's things that have turned you into what you are, right?
Yeah, so what's your question?
That was a great question. What question should I ask? No. My question will be, will I live up to my expectations?
Will you live up to your expectations? That's a fucking question indeed.
Let's see what it says. Alright.
1, 2, 3, 4,
5.
5.
Will I live up to my expectations?
Shit.
Yup. Alright, here we go with the present.
Card number 1.
Card number 1. The World.
Alright,
Major Arcana.
okay, the world.
Major Arcana number 21.
Shit. Alright, and it's not reversed. Okay. Oh wait, that's the last. The world. Assured success. Route. Voyage. Immigration. Flight. Change of place.
That is exactly in line with what I've been thinking about in the present. Currently, as we've spoken about in the past year,
Yeah.
is moving and bringing myself elsewhere, up north.
Yeah.
Talking about all that. Does that make sense? So,
Yeah. Will I live up to my expectations? And that's what the present calls you.
the present tells me to do. So,
Yeah.
there's number 1 so far, so yes. Okay, number 2, the past.
Okay.
We have the 10 of Cups.
10 of Cups. Okay. Appearance of cups in a rainbow. It is contemplated in wonder and ecstasy by a man and woman below, evidently husband and wife. His right arm is about her, above her, and his left raised upwards as she raises her right arm. two children dancing near them, not observed the prodigy, but are happy after their own manner. It's a home seen beyond. So it's very like, looks like a fucking transcendental world with a rainbow over it. Divinatory meanings: contentment, repose of the entire heart, the perfection of that state, if with several picture cards, a person who is taking charge of the current interests, requirements of the person's interests. Also the town, village, or country inhabited by the question asker. Interesting. So will I live up to my potential?
Will
Or
I live
rather
up to
your
my
expectations,
of
rather.
myself, essentially.
In the... That was the past?
Yep.
So you basically what it is you thought you lived up to your expectations.
Yeah.
That's what that says.
Yeah. I thought I did.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be nothing but a gamer in
Yeah.
my life.
You're just
Right.
like walking through the rainbow.
I thought I was just going to be, rose-colored glasses. I thought I was going to be, I thought I was happy with what I was. Kind of.
Yeah.
I thought this was
You
what
were
I was going
content?
to be content with.
Yeah.
And I would be happy with for forever.
Yeah.
Which was essentially,
Or maybe you
I
thought you would always get what your expectations were.
that could be, yeah.
Right?
Totally.
You expected your expectations on this scale.
Right.
Or rather, you to perform.
Yeah,
this level.
without seeing what it was, knowing that the expectation that I set for myself will always be acquired.
Yeah. Like main character vibe.
Well,
Kind of mindset.
So, like with contentment, yeah. Contentment, response of the entire heart. Yeah. Interesting. Because that totally aligns with every time I have an idea of what it is that I want the future to look like. I feel a sense of happiness.
Yeah.
I have a vision, right? But it was about finding and moving towards that thing.
Which is the flight in the
Which is
present.
the flight, yes, in the present. Interesting. All right, let's go for the future.
Okay. Cool. Oh shit!
Upside
Flip
down
temperance.
Oh shit. Uh-oh.
Let's go.
Uh-oh. Let's see where we're at.
Temperance. Okay.
Reversed temperance.
Reverse temperance. Things connected with churches, religions, sect, the priesthood, also unfortunate combinations, disunion, competing interests. So this is, do I live up to my expectations in the future?
Yes.
Things connect with church, religion, sect. Interesting. Because that aligned with my first question
Yeah.
in a kind of synchronistic way.
It's interesting, right? Because I do read through a lot of these books, right? And I take pieces of those books and I apply them to myself.
Totally.
Pieces that resonate with me,
Mhm.
right? So the future could be through those readings and through the application of those things to myself.
Mhm.
Not necessarily priesthood, because
No.
I'm not a priest, and I'm not going to be a priest. And that's, but in regards to potential of religious belief, the things that I've read, that as long as those things apply to my person, those things apply to my belief system, then I will apply them back into myself.
Yeah.
And then use that as a forward momentous growth piece.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Exactly. So I suppose, that makes some form of sense.
Because the way that I interpret that kind of priesthood religion thing is there's a lot of falsity and misuse of language and interpretation and symbolism that has been overtaken and used for people's needs.
Right.
Right? And in those ways, I entirely disregard my connection to those things. But in terms of like higher meanings and like intuitions and other things and actually kind of the way that your own kind of mind interprets things and how that is then delegated to like force and that kind of stuff and mind. Like in those ways, that checks out, and all religions kind of think about things in their lens rather than the objective perspective of what truly is.
And what the objective perspective is of what it truly is that like most of these religions spout the same thing.
Because they all do.
They all say
a different
the same
angle.
things, just from a different person standing on top.
Yeah.
Right? Or a different being standing
Exactly.
on top. So yeah, totally.
Right, and it's just the summation of these things.
If you can find a way to in your mind dissolve this thing that states that this has to be one way, and let's just say you start reading a Bible.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have to read the Bible because you're a Christian.
Exactly.
You read the Bible to take pieces of that and then apply it to yourself.
Yeah, right? or read it and see what happens in your mind.
Totally, right? But without applying like I have to be a Christian to read it, or I have to be a Muslim.
And I don't believe that
Quran. Like that's not what it.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I know that these people built it for their religious groups and for their religious meaning. But to me, these books don't mean like they don't say you have to read this only if you are Muslim, only if you are Christian, only if you are this, only if you are that. No, this is knowledge for everybody.
Yeah.
That you can take from.
Yeah.
You can pull from.
And a lot of it I find is the way that the language is it just generates misinterpretation upon misinterpretation.
Yeah.
Where someone says demon and you think it's an actual like fucking physical thing that's going to attack you.
Yeah.
Whereas it's just a thought form in a inverse manner.
Yeah, for sure.
Where the normal thing would be, let's say, the angel, which is just people float them into beings and think they're a thing that they can touch.
Yeah.
Right? It's an entity in a way, right? Which it may just be. Although, here we are.
Yep.
The reasons and causes.
The Knight of Pentacles.
Knight of Pentacles.
What you got?
Which I did get. Which did I?
Yeah, you got that. I believe.
No, I don't
Might
think
be
I
wrong.
got
Oh, you got Knight of Cups. Never mind.
I got the 10 and a 9. Let's go. 9 Pentacles. He rides a slow, enduring, heavy horse, to which his own aspect corresponds. Divinatory meanings. Utility, serviceableness, interest, rectitude, responsibility. So do you live up to your expectations in your reasons and causes? Right? These are reasons and causes for living up to your expectations, which sounds pretty reasonable. Utility, serviceableness, interest, rectitude, responsibility.
Yep. Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
That makes complete
To
sense.
live up to your expectations. That checks out.
Yep.
And then the future.
The future. The potential. Ace of Swords.
Ace of Swords. What does that mean?
Looks fucking awesome is what it looks like.
Swords. Two of Swords. No. Ace of Swords. A hand issues from a cloud, grasping a sword, the point of which is encircled by a crown. Divinatory meanings. Triumph. The excessive degree in everything. Conquest. Triumph of force. A card of great force. In love as well as in hatred. Man wields Excalibur.
Man wields Excalibur. Wow. Interesting.
Will you live up to your potential? And that is the potential.
That
It's
sounds
a reckoning force.
Yeah. Become fucking unstoppable force.
Dude gave the sword to the knight.
Yes. Yeah.
Man holds the reasons and causes and its potential is his weapon.
Through the interest, he uses that.
Whether for good or for bad.
Yes.
Fuck.
Fucking
And then the past going into this being the 10 of Cups,
Yeah.
which is basically the wistful, like, upbringing, right?
Yeah, exactly. Wow, interesting. Yeah, I think people should definitely do tarot card readings. They're very interesting.
This is the first for me, by the way.
This is I've done this 3 times altogether. With one with Vale, one with another person, and then this one here.
Yeah.
And every time you can take away something. Their meanings are set in stone. They're in the book. You know, no
Mhm.
matter what, you're gonna pull them out.
Mhm.
They're gonna be the same meaning, but they apply to everybody differently.
Mhm.
And that's the magic of tarot card readings, is you can read these things, and you can find something within it that applies to you, within this 5 card draw that applies to you, that you can then use for the purpose of growth,
Mhm.
or you can use for the purpose of destruction of the self.
Yeah.
It's really how you perceive the cards that have been chosen, right?
Yeah.
That you chose, and based on your question. You know, if I asked a question of, what am I going to do to ruin my life, when I pulled these cards, this would be a completely different reading, right? Even with the same cards.
Mhm.
So it's all about the question you ask and how you allow the mind to perceive what is being laid in front of you.
And so far, I don't think we've had an inaccurate representation.
We've had an interesting one.
I think they've been interesting.
They've been
for sure,
interesting for
but I
sure.
don't think they've been out of. Like, I think they've honestly been pretty accurate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? In like in a strange way where it's kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
Like honestly, terrifyingly accurate.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Because some of them where it's like, oh yeah, let's say the past is like this. Like, no, like that's kind of how it was. Like, kind of fucking hit them all on the nose.
You had the cushy past for the previous one.
Yeah.
The cushy past and the.
Yeah, like my past would have not been yours.
No.
It would have been totally different.
No, completely different. Yeah.
Wow.
Totally. Fucking cool.
Damn.
Yeah.
This is fucking
Yeah.
fascinating. I love
Totally.
this experience.
Right? It's been a good one. Might have to do it with some more people.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, shit. Well, thank you all for
Thank
sticking
you
around.
for delving into this tarot card reading with us.
It's been a
yeah,
blast.
this has been a little bit of a different thing, but we just decided we wanted to kind of give it a try.
Yeah.
Throw it out there.
Who knows? Maybe you learned something.
Absolutely.
Maybe you'll try this.
Maybe
You'll find something fascinating.
Yeah, if you do, make sure to let us know on our Discord. We'll throw that in the description there. Come over and maybe we can all do one together. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Take care.